Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading for the end of October, right through the end of November 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your twin flame reading for those twins who are currently in separation. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first pile will be your pile, the second pile will be your person's pile, and the third pile is the unified energy of how things are going to come together. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their twin flame connection? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What's going on with their twin right now? What is going on in this union? How are they going to come together? Or is there still the rite of passage? I just want you to be aware that a twin flame connection, it is magnetic and it is overwhelming and all-consuming. And if anyone is mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. That is more likely to be a false flame connection, and it will waste your wonderful time and drain you of your beautiful love, okay? Twin flames, they meet each other in a very similar vibration, and it's a mirrored relationship. And what I mean by that is the twin reflects back to you all the things within yourself that needs to be healed. Now, there tends to be a dynamic that is typical to form. There's a runner, a chaser, and a separation period. Now, it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes there are 2 runners. So please take it and apply it to your current situation. But the typical dynamic is the runner, the chaser, and the separation period. Now, I like to describe twin flames like magnets. Identical in polarity, both of you are drawn to each other. There is a push and pull, of course, but because they're identical in their energy, they never quite match. They never come together fully. So there must be the space in between. And until the magnets change their frequency by doing personal development work, then and only then do they come together in a union. Now, I want you to be aware that a twin flame is a spiritual awakening rather than an actual romantic, physical relationship. Of course, twin flames, they do come together, depending on who does the work, for example, but it's actually a process that prepares us to release lower vibrational energy that keeps us stuck in fear, addictive patterns, unhealthy attachments, codependency, and insecurity, of course. So this is a personal journey of discovery that must be done alone for a certain period of time, but the twin actually triggers their twin in order to discover their true purpose and embrace their life's mission, as well as do the actual soul-searching work. So it's a relationship that has a function, okay? I want you to be aware of that. Now, it's a formed sacred union as a result of shared difficulty and pain. Both twins tend to have had a very similar journey until they meet each other. So there tends to be some sort of trauma or painful experience before they meet each other, okay? So if they haven't done any of the spiritual work before they meet each other, all the stuff that they've been running away from or ignoring or numbing will actually be amplified in the union so that both parties can no longer ignore the stuff that's getting in the way of progress. And this doesn't have to be progress in the union. It can be progress in life. Sometimes twins, they have to sort of project their energy to spin each other off in order to have both parties focus on their advancement on this earthly plane. Okay, now it's not a game, it's an energetic exchange. Remember the magnets, but you know, your twin will reflect back to you your greatest strengths, but also your greatest weaknesses. And the chaser tends to be the one who's more willing to go to the depths and surrender to the union. And the chaser will actually feel really like completely discombobulated because they feel a depth of love and they're knowing that they've met their twin. And their twin, who is a runner, they're actually looking in that mirror and seeing all the things that they've been running away from their whole life, and they feel overwhelmed by unconditional love and they push away. Now, it does feel like a rejection, of course, and it's a very painful experience and sometimes very lonely and alienating, but it does serve a purpose, okay? A lot of people say, well, why don't twins just like talk it out? Why don't just reach out and say, this is how I'm feeling? You know, humans, we're all very complex creatures, of course, but twin flames often trigger a depth of love that also, it's almost like a fearful emotion also arises to the surface. It starts to trigger unhealed responses. So if a person loves deeply and they have abandonment issues, for example, they will fear that their twin will leave them. And sometimes, you know, of course, it's not a rational thought process, but it's also a fear that seems rational to that person because they've been loved and left before. So it can, depending on the reason why both parties are separate, it can actually amplify these fears, because when you love so deeply, you know what you're set to lose and you push your twin away. I know that I actually met my twin when I'd come out of a very damaging karmic experience with a person, and I was a shell of a person. So when I was running away from my healing because I was just numbing pain, I didn't realize it because, of course, you don't. When you're in the middle of it, you're just living life and trying to get by and trying to respond to these overwhelming feelings of, trauma, basically, is what I was experiencing. So when I met my twin, very much I had feelings for my twin and there was an instant attraction. It was magnetic, but I pushed this person away. I pushed my twin away because I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot be broken any further. I love this person and I'm getting so attached to this person. It's so intense. I just can't go there because it will literally finish me off if this person leaves me, or if the relationship turns out the same way it had in the past with a karmic. But I didn't understand these dynamics at that time, but now I do. And of course, you push your twin away, even though you feel love, even though you know that this person is a greater, higher love than anybody you've ever experienced. The fear almost resets everything and says, nope. So I come from a different perspective, of course, and then you sort of have that distance between each other before you spiritually evolve. You focus on your true life's mission and purpose, and then, of course, you come together in a match. It's not a game, it's an energetic exchange. And, I wish things were so easy, just black and white, like, okay, it works or it doesn't work. But emotions are complex, and you know that, and that's why you're probably here for this reading. But I want you to be aware, anyone emotionally, physically, mentally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. And this reading, I cannot choose the cards for you. They pop out as they come. So I'm going to tap into what's going on for both of you right now and see an outcome, okay? And of course, I'm not here to take sides either. Your first card there is the test. You've really been tested in this. It's a test of faith, okay? But actually the test, you must recognize that it is the rite of passage. A rite of passage, which means that a twin flame dynamic must always go through a separation period, okay? It could be for a day, could be for a week, months, years, decades. I always say do not wait for your twin, because when the moment is right, you will be drawn back together by the universe in order to make the relationship work. But this card, this is how you're feeling right now about this particular person, and you feel that this person, you may have felt there was games there. Looking at your person's energy, they've got at the bottom of their energy, Three of Swords. This is a very wounded and hurt person before you even met them. Now, I'm not here to give anyone an excuse, of course, but I'm here to understand why this person stepped away from the union. And looking at the energy, I feel that there is an energy here where This person finds it hard to articulate their feelings, but so do you, my beautiful Cancerians, especially when it's an overwhelming feeling. But you love this person and you tried to make it work. In fact, I feel like you tried everything you could to make this work. You have a beautiful heart. This union had so much potential. You brought a lot of passion to this. I feel like you have everything inside of yourself to be the full package for this person. And I don't like talking like that, but that's the energy that I'm getting from your person's aura energy from the cards, because I read energy, I scry at the same time as you're reading, and I'm channeling from my guides for the specific twin flame union that I'm actually picking up on. So it says here, you're establishing boundaries, testing the limitations. How to resolve these conflicts will determine if you can be able to stay together. So I feel, one of the lessons in this particular twin flame dynamic is healthier, higher boundaries, establishing those. I'm also getting a very strange, I'm clairaudient as well, but I'm seeing an image of I'm seeing an image of a jet in the water, okay, like a fighter jet type thing. And it scared me because I got the sound of like a sound barrier being broke. It was like I don't know. It was, anyway. So either your person is a fighter pilot, but I don't think it's that. I think it's more that symbolically, I'm reading this as this union finished real fast. There was like a cutoff. It's almost like it just disintegrated, or perhaps there was like one big argument or something. I do feel there's been a cycle of repeat in this particular union, especially because of the imagery here. I'm getting an energy that you gave this person ample opportunity to resolve some of the conflicts in this union. But symbolically, that image, it can indicate that suddenly this person reaches out. It takes off, because airplanes symbolically tend to indicate, raising vibrations, things taking off the ground, things, being more uplifted. So I feel you may suddenly hear from this person is the energy that I'm actually getting from that image. And looking at your outcome energy, let me have a look there. We've got the Devil card, but we've also got the 9 of Coins. And from your person, we got 3 of Swords and the Ace of Coins. So yes, I would say this person is going to reach out. But looking at their energy, and we'll go a little bit deeper, because it's going to be a very romantic message that this person sends you, okay? But the Devil card is still present, so that means that this person's still stuck in some sort of cycle of repeat. It feels like right now they are truly helpless to change the situation. And I feel that's how you're feeling as well, my beautiful Cancerians. I feel you don't really want to step away from this connection. You love this person so deeply, and I feel that this person is your twin, but I feel like you are recognizing that you can do no more, and you're stepping back. You've got a 10 of Swords here, okay? So you feel it's over. You feel it's done, okay? It's like you didn't want it to be done because the Magician card is there. You saw so much potential, so much passion, so much emotion. It was truly potent and a magical experience, but also there was some sort of controlling experience going on there as well. And I feel, there's part of you that feels perhaps it hadn't fully reached its potential. Okay, and you wish that you could have a conversation and get answers from this person. But partly I get with the Magician and the 10 of Swords, some of you feel like you're wasting your time because you've done all that you can. So I see you withdrawing from this connection because you have been tested, and I feel like, you're realizing that you got no time for games, and I feel like you're manifesting, a new opportunity or a new start. Some of you feel like you really want that last final closure conversation in order to just get things straight. But sometimes the most difficult thing is to give ourselves closure, because anything this person says, no matter what it is, it's always going to trigger new questions and new discussions. And sometimes we have to accept things as they are. It's very important, I feel. We must accept our twin as they are, but place them where they belong. Okay, so I feel right now you're doing the right thing by stepping away in order to focus on you. This is not a gender-specific reading, but this is the woman in the Lenormand deck, and this means that there's so much love, unconditional love you offered this person, and you know that they love you back. Okay, this is how they feel about you. Okay, there's an energy, of course, of love. This is how they feel about the union, but there's something here it says about compromise. This person feels like love is a sacrifice to either They are currently a carer for someone in their family unit. I'll have to tap into their energy in a moment. There's a lot of regret around this person, but there's also a lot of pain and sadness around this person as well. It could be that they feel they had to launch themselves into their career and sacrifice love. Whatever it is, you know, sacrificing love, of course, is a very immature energy, but sometimes people have a reason and they feel their reason is valid, okay? But of course they must not lead you down the garden path and make you think that of course they're headed into a union when they are trying to wrestle some things within themselves. But again, everything is not as clear cut as we would like them to be in life. So with this card, I mean, it's number 29. When you reduce it, 2 plus 9 is 11, soul path number. I feel like you're open to this person still, even though deep down you feel it's over. Ten of Swords means there's no communication. I feel like you're not reaching out. I feel also that you're in a period of nourishing yourself, okay? Being open to love. Perhaps some of you have thought about going out and finding a soulmate. There's only one twin flame, okay? And of course, there can be many soulmates, but you know, twin flames, they are an experience of their own. They actually are a positive experience for your personal development and growth because it shows you how much you are capable of. It shows you that you need to spin off and focus on your true life's mission and purpose path. A lot of you may have like launched yourself into a creative endeavor or, you know, set up your own business or got busy, you know, rebuilding your strength and confidence. And I know that sounds really hard to like fathom, of course, especially when it's so painful and sometimes a lonely journey. But this union is there to promote healthier responses from both parties. You have a soul contract before you come to this earthly plane. And you decide the lessons that you want to learn from each other. And, you know, that twin will reflect the things within you that you need to heal. So, for example, if when you were with that person, suddenly you felt really overwhelmed emotionally, or they felt very insecure about you leaving them, then that's triggering some of the lessons that they need to learn to be independent, to live life on your own terms, to enjoy your solitary time. Because the Nine of Pentacles, I feel for this particular twin flame connection, it feels like your guides blocked you both on purpose so that you would focus on your life's mission, focus on self-love, creativity, but also on knowing that you are enough. Because there's something here at the bottom of this reading, I feel there's some self-loathing. Okay, especially with your person, I feel there's an energy of this person not really loving themselves fully. And of course, you can never offer another person love until you fully love yourself. This person that you're dealing with, they slip into unhealthy patterns. And I feel like they're in a period of needing to reprogram a part of themselves to let go of these cycles of response. So if their response whenever they're starting to feel deep emotion is to run, there's something at the bottom of that. This person feels too much and they actually got hurt in the past by somebody else. They're in a protective measure. So whoever I'm picking up on, your twin right now, they are really protecting themselves. And I feel jealousy or insecurity gets triggered really easily in this person. So there's a bravado there where they're like, yeah, you know what? Rather than admit that they are insecure, they may be very immature and almost like trigger jealousy or, you know, insecurity in their twin. Now, I don't like that dynamic myself, okay? I always say if someone is unhealed or acting in an immature energy, it's best to step away from that, protect yourself from that, and get busy living and doing you, okay? I gotta be honest with this twin flame dynamic. It can come together. There is the promotion of healing here. However, this person that you're dealing with right now, they're not quite there yet. And I feel that's why you know with that Ten of Swords that you need to step away, that you need to be in a period of protection, because the Ten of Swords is basically an end of something that was really painful, really difficult, and it broke you. Okay, with that Ten of Swords being on your side, your person also has Three of Swords, and this is how they feel about this. You know, they got the Cross, which in the Lenormand deck means regret. Three of Swords is there is pain. This person still feels sadness, regret, disappointment, that they hurt you, that they let you down. I feel deep down this person didn't mean to do that, okay? Their actions was in response to some sort of fear or cycle of repeat that they experienced before they even met you. It's just they couldn't summon the courage and the energy to transform or change for the union at that period in their life. But we will get deeper on that. I mean, the Ten of Swords means you're done. It's over. You can't do this anymore, my beautiful Cancerians. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. With that Ten of Swords energy, I feel this is you stepping away, withdrawing your energy, your contact. And unfortunately, with the Ten of Swords, it can indicate, though, you still haven't managed to control the thoughts. You're trying to with the Magician card. It's so hard not to think about your twin, to leave it in the past or walk away, because it's such a profound experience. But the Magician card indicates some of you, sometimes when you think back to a time with your twin, a lot of you are focusing on the negative or focusing on the painful aspects. Now, of course, we must do that in order to process, heal, and rebuild. Okay, but also it's really important to recognize that every time we think back to a time with our twin where they did something to us, or it didn't go well, or, you know, it caused a lot of sadness or arguments, then we actually call them back in the same vibration. So I'm just saying, for some of you, if you do want to reunite with your twin, because it is a potential, it is a possibility right now, the timeline that you're on with your twin, there is a reconnection. Okay, I would say it's not in the next 6 weeks. Got to be honest with you there. I feel there will be some messaging going on, though, but I feel when the moment is right, both of you can come together, because looking at the Ace of Pentacles, this person, they're very protective, they're very private, but I feel because I'm touching this card, there's an energy of like venom, okay? And I feel this person, they are either bitter about something from their past, or this person is numbing their feelings. Okay, there's something there. The Devil card, it could be some sort of toxicity, an addiction perhaps, but we'll get to their side in a moment. The Magician card indicates that, you know, you're trying to remain focused on your life, on your self-care, and, you know, basically on your own emotional security. You are someone who is a natural born healer, okay? And this person, whatever they're going through, they may have gravitated towards you, not only because they love you, but because they see you as a stable person and environment to seek sanctuary. You know, I think I've mentioned this in a reading of yours before, but if I haven't, I'm going to mention it now. It seems like you're the lighthouse in their storm, but you're here to be someone who has a wonderful love story, not just be someone's emotional crutch. Remember, we cannot be healed by the person who is triggering our pain. Okay, so it's very important that both parties remain apart in order to do the spiritual work separately. And with that Magician card, I feel like your lesson is that you are enough. You have everything you need. You're a passionate, loving human, and actually you're very lovable. You're magnetic, in fact, and you're actually attracting a lot of attention. You may not see it, and sometimes we don't see it because we're so caught up in our twin flame energy. But if you're looking for a new person to come into your life, or you're manifesting a soulmate, for example, I feel it's not too far away. Okay, but if you're not, because of course this is a twin flame dynamic union, I would say you and your person, it's going to be a process. Okay, it's not never, I would say, it's just not now, is what I'm picking up from this particular dynamic. Now we've got compromise from your person, and they've also got the cross. Now in the Lenormand deck, of course, the cross represents a lot of sadness, sorrow, and regret. They've also got a Three of Swords. This person's in pain. So whatever it is, you know, you're not here to feel sorry for the person. I feel like you're here, of course, to offer this person sanctuary. You nurtured this person, but also I feel there has to be a standalone period so that you do not enable this person to continue in a cycle of repeat. Otherwise, they will never summon the courage to be, a solitary energy and stand up to the patterns that they found themselves locked in, because this person is stuck in the cycle of repeat and only they can get themselves out. It's very important to recognize that a person, you know, they may want to change, but if they're wanting to change for another person in order for the union to work, they're going to slip into an old cycle because they're not doing it for themselves. They have to learn to do it for themselves. So with this card, I want you to be also aware that when we've got those magnets I was talking about, imagine this is the chaser, this is the runner. If the chaser keeps thinking, reaching out, you know, it will perpetuate a cycle. The magnets remain the same. This chaser has to put all that care, love, and devotion into their own life, their own purpose path, and, you know, activate self-love and raise vibrations. It'll change the frequency of the magnet, which then encourages this magnet to draw closer, but at the same time to step up and spiritually evolve. Again, it's not a game, it's an energy exchange. And, you know, you do hear of some people who, especially in the public eye, because we're privy to some of their relationships, people who are with each other, they separate for a certain period of time, and then they come back together. Sometimes they're even married. They divorce and get remarried. So it's really important to recognize that sometimes people misunderstand the separation period as the be-all and end-all, but actually it's the pause. So both parties can choose healthier options in life and in love, and then, of course, rediscover each other, but in a different vibration. So I would say all is not lost, but I would definitely say to you, my beautiful Cancerians, and I see it in your energy, you're not waiting for this person. You're getting busy living and doing your own thing. This is a card of being busy, manifesting success, and, you know, trying to remain on target for your goals and dreams. And your person here, I'll read this card now. It says compromise. So I really am not understanding what they're compromising, but I do see that they have something that they got to do that has compromised this union. Okay, that's the main energy I am getting here. It feels like a burden to them, but it's a duty. Now, for some of you, it could be a religious belief or, you know, a belief system. Okay, it's not going to be that for everybody. My readings are not really about religion, but it could be that because we have the cross there. It's like they have a cross to bear. For some of you, it could be that, you know, they have a parent or guardian or someone in the family that they are responsible for, and they have a duty of care to that person, and they need to give all their time and attention to that person, but also hold up a job and do all of the things. They may feel they cannot give their time to love right now. Okay, this person, they should, of course, communicate that with you. And if they haven't, then perhaps this is not your reading. But with this card, there's some reason they've compromised the union. So let me see what it says. Navigate, communicate, negotiate, and compromise to facilitate this sacred union. Your twin flame is ready to meet you halfway. Okay, I would say they're not there yet, according to the rest of the cards. But this person does want to make it work. I mean, there's love there. The fact that there is a heart, you know, with two hands coming together, it means this person acknowledges that you are their twin. This is how they feel about you. They love you. They want to meet you halfway, but looking at your energy with the Ten of Swords, you're not about it right now because of everything that's gone on before. This person cannot just sweep everything under the carpet and start from scratch. There's history here. So this person needs to really step up and unpick, but also take accountability and responsibility for actions which have had consequences in this particular union. Now, we do have the cross there, and we've got that Three of Swords. With the Ace of Pentacles, for some of you, this person may have compromised the union because of business. Could be a job, for example, or money. But also, it feels very much like this person was very hurt when you first met, and this person was not looking for a high-level commitment. I feel they understand that it is a healthy commitment that you offer them, a long-term secure commitment, but with these two cards, it indicates this person, you know, there's obstacles there because of some sort of sorrow or guilt. Now, I'm not saying this person has another person, not at all, okay? I feel they're in a single energy. Nine of Pentacles tells me that both of you are single entities, really, and you're learning to live life on your own terms, but there could be something that this person experienced before they met you. So I just want to pull a card on that before we move forward. Can you please tell me about the Cross card and the Three of Swords? Five of Pentacles. This person, abandonment issues. This is like textbook twin flame. So this could be something from childhood. Okay, Five of Pentacles basically means that this person, they have been the victim of something that left them in despair. They've struggled with it. There is a longing here. Whenever you get a Five of Pentacles, it means they long to, you know, be loved. They long to belong somewhere, and you offered that space for them. But if it is a person who has constantly been left, or things have always gone wrong for them, they kind of expect trouble ahead all the time. They kind of need to resolve this issue I do feel insecurity and self-loathing at the bottom of this person's chart energy, okay? But with that Five of Pentacles, it can indicate that either they were in a high-level commitment before and they really invested in it and they were left, abandoned, or it's something to do with childhood. They may have witnessed parents or guardians divorcing or arguing, separating, being detached, feeling like they were in the middle of something. You know, the Five of Pentacles, it can indicate that the rug was somehow pulled from underneath them. And they feel that love represents loss to them. So they, you know, feel a little bit fearful to invest in it. Now, again, I'm not here to give anyone an excuse. There's got to be more to that than this. But that cross tells me there's a lot of regret for how this person acted in this dynamic with you. Okay, this is a card of sorrow, regret, guilt. There's also a card energy with the cross and the Three of Swords of suffering. So this person, they are suffering with what has gone down in this union. So if you're wondering, does this person love you and do they care about what's happened? The answer is yes, absolutely they care. Normally in a twin flame connection, sometimes they're quite oblivious. But in this particular twin flame dynamic that I'm picking up on, this person knows. And they are really like quite devastated, actually, that this has happened. But how do you come back from that? Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. I'm hearing a song. It's a long way back from sorry. Okay. I can't remember for the life of me who sings that song. It's quite relevant. I think it's like of the now. It definitely has come up in a reading in the past, but unless my guides give me the name of the person who sings that song, I can only just hear that part of the lyric, and I'm going to have to look it up. So if it does come up, I will mention it, but I just don't want to waste time trying to tap into that other part of channeling to find out the singer of the person who sings that song, okay? Oh, my back, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just keep hearing it now. The Ace of Coins is an offering, okay? So this person, they want to offer a high-level commitment. I feel like they want to start again, okay? Interesting. You step back. Remember the magnets? As soon as you step back, they're coming forward. Again, it's not a game. However, at the bottom, there's still the Three of Swords. I feel this person wants to offer up some sort of explanation as to why they couldn't commit to this, or they want to address some of the sadness of how things went down in this connection. But I would say with that Three of Swords and the Devil card being present, that this person still hasn't overcome something that has been haunting them for quite some time. And I would say right now, Three of Swords is a communication, but it can also be a misunderstanding. Okay, so I feel there may be something there that will be addressed. I mean, Three of Swords, of course, is injury, heartbreak. So for some of you, especially with the cross there, I would say this person's been betrayed in the past. That's bottom line for this person. And it has triggered fear in their energy with regards to commitment. When you meet your twin, as you know yourself, the feelings are more intense than anyone you've ever met. So then amplify the insecurities that go along with that too. So this person has a lot of things to work through before they can come back together in union with you. It's not impossible, but it's certainly not right now, okay? Now, the outcome energy, we have celebration. So this means that, you know, how things come together, I feel, you know, there is union here. There is a happier time ahead for you both, should you both decide to continue to invest in this. I do see there's one more conversation at least coming in this union. And then you'll have to take it from there, is what I'm being given. But it says you'll soon hear some good news, something that will be cause to celebrate and rejoice. And we've got the letter here as well. Okay, so there's an energy here of a romantic message, some sort of news, a message coming in, but also there is a home. Okay, so this can indicate that this person that you're dealing with identifies what it is that they've been holding on to, and now they can do something about it. Okay, there's a process here. The house represents structure. It represents privacy, but also a disclosure of an affair. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. It's like behind closed doors is what I'm getting from this. So I feel this is not connected to your energy. It's connected to your twins. So I feel this person, if they haven't told you already, they may tell you of a time that they were cheated on and that they just didn't want to get involved in a long-term secure relationship because they felt that they could get hurt again. Okay, and I feel the celebration part is the fact that there's communication and at least the lines of dialogue are open so that you can process it, so you can understand it a little bit more. There's nothing worse than feeling bereft, not knowing. I feel like you'd rather know where you stood, my beautiful Cancerians, than play the guessing game, okay? And we've got that number 27 there, which of course is number 9. So it's a solitary energy, and we've got number 4, which is stability, taking ownership. 4 indicates, someone acknowledging that they needed to ground their energy and really explain themselves. And of course, the house, it represents family. So it could be something either this person experienced in their family unit and they emulated a cycle or a pattern. So it could be that they watched their parents or guardians fighting all the time because one of them had an affair, and then when they grew up, they got into a relationship, and then someone cheated on them. So it's like, oh my gosh, love represents loss, it represents pain, and then they just see it as a hot potato. As soon as it comes along, they're like, well, drop the hot potato. There's something about that around this person right now, and I feel like they will communicate this with you. And again, there's no excuses, but at least you'll know, and then you can make your decision from there. But ultimately, I see a lot of you are fed up of this. It's like the cycle stops now, and you recognize, my beautiful Cancerians, that if you are not the catalyst for change in this, then it will continue the cycle of repeat. And I feel like your actions are no longer enabling this person to keep repeating that cycle. So is there communication? I would say absolutely. You've got more messages coming from this person. But we also have the Devil card, which is to feel stuck. Now, the Devil card, I always say it's not an evil card. It actually highlights where we all, at some point in our lives, feel bound to something that we find hard to get out of. Whether it's a memory of being hurt, whether it is an addiction, whether it is a toxic response to something because we're unhealed. Whatever it is, the Devil card represents, we must put a spotlight on it. Because of course, if the card did not exist, then we would ignore it. So the card is there to highlight there is something here that is preventing this union from moving forward. There is something here that has created a stagnancy. And but I feel there's 2 things going on here. One is control, and the other is abandonment issue. So I feel the 2 are opposing sort of a fighting energy, if that makes sense. It's like the energies are loggerheads. Both of you want the same thing. Both of you want love and commitment and devotion. You want to be with each other and take the journey of life and love together. However, when these fears or this control issue exists, then of course love cannot exist in those circumstances. The environment somehow needs to change, and that environment is within ourselves. So I feel this person, they're identifying it's something from their past, because I'm being drawn to the skeletons, okay? I don't feel it's a skeleton in their closet. I don't feel that at all. I feel like this person is haunted by something that is over, that exists in the past. And if there is a cross-watcher here that this resonates with, we must identify and realize that the past is now an illusion. It no longer exists. And although it influenced you and maybe shaped how you feel about love, it's not going to repeat a cycle unless you allow it to. Remember, it no longer exists. We can't go back there. It's a memory. We learn from it, process it, and leave it. And we actually open ourselves up to a greater future by doing that, because carrying something around with you is heavy. It means you can't give your energy to anything or anybody else. So set yourself free. And I feel it'd be really exciting what lies ahead for you when you get to that position. So, and sending you a lot of love and care as well, because we're all human. None of us have that manual of how to do life. We're all trying to make our way through. But at the same time, sometimes fear can override. Sometimes an addiction can also override what we truly want. So I feel there's something that needs to be worked out here. And we've got the 9 of coins here. 9 of coins is independence. So I would say in the next 6 weeks, both of you are separate entities, single. You're meant to learn to love yourself, focus on your projects, self-reliance, self-sufficiency, enjoying your single time, really learning who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you aspire to be. Take this time to go deeper and find out more about you. That's what the twin flame dynamic encourages, for us to become really intimate with who we are in this sort of like meat suit that we came into this lifetime with. So I feel, yes, there's communication in this twin flame connection. Yes, it's very complex. It's not going to be easy to solve. However, once we can identify where the union is stuck, there can be a breakthrough. And I do see a breakthrough for this in the future. Let me just pull one more card before I close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please show my beautiful Cancerians anything more? Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So definitely a message of love coming in, okay? I would say it's a romantic message. This is perhaps going to transform everything. It's a bold message. I feel this person really means it. However, they need to have the actions to back up for the union to work. Actions speak louder than words. But also I feel that for you, my beautiful Cancerians, if you decide this really is enough and you can't do this anymore, there is a soulmate coming in as well. You will have chemistry with someone new very, very shortly, okay? And again, of course, if you're so involved in your twin flame, then you're just going to let that opportunity pass you by. That's your call. We all have free will. But if you want to connect to a soulmate instead, then I feel the opportunity will arise for you. But ultimately, love will win the day. But with that page of fire, page of wands there, it means that there has to be something done differently in this union, something bold, something daring. Because ultimately, I feel there is loyalty, friendship, commitment, and support deep down in this connection. But we need to get over our own stuff before we can move on for that. And that's what I'm feeling from your union, okay? Because this is a love. Whenever you get the Knight of Cups, it means a love that can go somewhere. And I feel that's what you're experiencing right now, a love that can go somewhere. It's just there's a blockage. And yeah, so never wait for your twin. Remember, as soon as they are in a higher vibration, the universe will make sure that they orchestrate a meeting with you both. So get busy living, doing you, loving you a little bit deeper, a little bit harder, and things will take a turn, okay? Now we have 3 cards there. These are conversations that have been left unsaid, just to see if they connect to the reading and the energy that I read for you there. I don't feel ready for a commitment. I totally get that. I mean, this person wants to meet you halfway. I totally get that. But at the bottom there of that 3 of Swords, I would say they're not ready. Okay? And I did say that earlier in the reading. So I feel this is true to this particular reading. We've also got, I want a fresh start. And they really do. They got the Ace of Pentacles there. They want to start again. And I think I also said that in this reading as well. Okay? And they will make a move to try and do that. But they need to acknowledge that their actions are responsible for how this next stage of the connection goes. And I have so much guilt for the way I treated you. Yeah, I mean, I said this person's got loads of guilt. They feel regret. You could have got any card there. You could have got, I believe in a future for us. I wish things were different. You could have got so many other cards. I need to work my shadows. I mean, all of those things are probably relative, but these are very on the nose for this particular reading. And I feel that, you know, there is communication coming, but be observant of how this person is stepping up to match those words, because there's something at the bottom here which is telling me they're not quite there yet. They haven't really addressed some painful situation in their life, but they will, okay, in time. And that is where you come in, my beautiful Cancerians. Time waits for no person. So you do you, and when the moment is right, it'll come back around. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you before we close. I told you, like I close my eyes when I pick the trinkets. You can't see my eyes, of course, so you do have to trust me on that. But we got a message. So we got an envelope there with hearts, and we've also got a rose. I would say there's a romantic message still to come from this person, but we can't sweep things under the carpet. We can't just be all romance and lovey-dovey and forget everything that went on before, because that is not taking accountability. So I would say, you know, this person's still going to reach out. You haven't heard the last from this person, but maybe you are going to give this person an ultimatum with that 10 of Swords. however it moves forward, I feel there is at the bottom of this twin flame connection a lot of love and two hurt people trying to find their way back towards each other. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.